thank you so much for joining us on another edition of Leading in the Moment. Today we are talking to Eric McIntosh. Eric is with the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and he is the Senior Director of Business Development. Eric, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kristen. A pleasure to be here as well.
And the reason we are talking to Eric today is really because of something amazing that the Hispanic Chamber is doing, and that's keeping small businesses afloat in a clever way that you guys came up with very, very quickly. Eric, talk a little bit about, before we get into this amazing way that you're helping these businesses, just how many small businesses we have here in Arizona and the trouble that they're facing right now.
Yeah, so there's over 500,000 small businesses in Arizona, and about 125,000 of those are Hispanic owned, and over half of those are female owned as well. And so it's a big percentage, kind of like the backbone of the Arizona economy, the small businesses here. And a risk that they take is there's that uncertainty looming in their mind of the present moment, the future. But the biggest risk is, will their business permanently shut down? I think that is probably the main one.
And we know that the SBA loans are an option for some small business owners, but that's not really going as smoothly as everyone would like it to. And it takes time, and these businesses need money. They need it now, and they need it in order to survive and keep paying their employees. So what are you guys doing right now to help out?
No, that's a great question. And I mean, going to this negative economic impact that COVID-19 is bearing on the business earnings, there isn't a fixed end date on this, and it is putting a strain on a small business already who is struggling to commit to filling out for a federal loan. And so this leads to businesses having to think about and apply for maybe a second or third loan when they just opened maybe 3-5 months ago. And with the sheer volume of people applying for these SBA loans, the process is taking up to 6 weeks. And in that time of them getting a response, it could be where their business is at the risk of being shutting down, the risk of not being able to pay their staff, occurring another interest charge and another 30-year loan. So there's a lot of ramifications from applying for this loan from the SBA. And what we're doing is providing Arizona small businesses immediate relief. And we are directing our funds to what we created to a success grant. And that money goes into the hands of the small and micro businesses. So it's a great way, it's kind of like a safety net. It's a way to fill the gap for these small business owners who are waiting to see if they will get funds from the SBA loans or until the economy reopens. And so talking to a few members yesterday, I mean, they have been so gracious and so happy for this grant that it's kind of like an olive branch for them. It's keeping their employees on staff, it is keeping their business on staff, and they don't want to go through the tedious process of applying for another loan, right?
Yeah, and what you're doing could be the difference between an organization, a business being able to move beyond this pandemic or not, or be able to pay an employee who needs to support their family or not. So this is just fantastic news for small business owners. Now, Eric, who can get this grant? Who qualifies? And what is that process like to try and qualify for this?
Yeah, so it goes to our existing members of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I believe the date was maybe from, you have to be an existing member since right around March 16th, right around there. And also through our MBDA agency members, our NABEDC clients, and our Ascend Phoenix clients as well. And so they're underneath the umbrella of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So it is those four memberships and clients that can apply for this grant. And basically, small businesses only would be receiving, most small businesses would be receiving a grant ID online, where they would take an intake online application. And on this application, it's going to ask them thorough questions about their business. How long have they been around? What is their annual revenue? Different basic demographic questions about their business. It then goes to a third-party validator. The third-party validator is from Raza Development Fund, and they will contact the member and ask them for more information if needed. After that, it comes to the staff of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and mainly the business development team, who will reach out to the grantees to give them the great news. And let me tell you what, Kristen, it has been so rewarding. We've been doing it for about 2 weeks now or so, and it's been very emotional to hear the members. I mean, there's members who are crying. There are members who want to jump out and give me a virtual hug, right, or kiss, whatever it might be. And it's very uplifting to know what Monica's vision and what the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is doing at this time of need.
So Eric, we have a video that we want to play for everyone as well so that they can check this out. Tell us what we're looking at here.
It's one of our members. Her name is Yolima, and she has a Spanish school. After receiving the grant, she created this touching testimonial video. And so here it is. Check it out.
Buenos días. En estos momentos de incertidumbre y dificultad para nuestra comunidad de pequeños negocios, recibo con gran alegría la notificación de que Interlingual LC ha recibido de Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce el Small Business Success Grant. Este dinero que la Raza Fund, APS y US Bank han destinado para contribuir a aliviar las dificultades financieras que COVID-19 ha tenido en nuestra comunidad de pequeños negocios minoritarios. Este grant tiene dos aspectos importantes. El primero, la certeza de la solidaridad en nuestra comunidad de negocios, y el segundo, la posibilidad de sobrevivir a esta crisis que tan duramente ha impactado nuestra economía. Muchas gracias, Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Eric, so how much money is available, and who in the community is helping you to supply these funds right now?
Yes, a special thanks to our partners who have donated, and that is going to be APS, Raza Development Fund, and US Bank. So those are the three main sponsors of the Success Grant. And basically what it is, they're rolling funds, and the goal is to provide these small business owners who are granted the Success Grant $1,000 per week based on available funds. And this is up to a maximum of 6 weeks. So the team, Monica, is working hard to try and let the community know what we're doing to help small business owners. And there's a link on our website as well if anybody wants to donate too, because this is just helping, again, the small business owners keep in business.
Yeah, and it could be the difference between them being able to pay their employees or not, you know, which goes beyond obviously the importance of keeping this business open, keeping the dream alive, but also helping take care of their employees who are counting on a paycheck as well. Now, you mentioned earlier your CEO, Monica. We love her. She's an amazing woman, and she has so many good ideas like this to help others and help these important businesses in our community. And we've had the pleasure of interviewing her in the past. And one of the things that we learned from her is that minority-owned businesses tend to see very rapid growth. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, starting off with the Latino vida, the life of being an entrepreneur is key. That spirit is what has driven generations to succeed and open your own business. It's kind of like a way of life, passed down from parents, from fathers to mothers to grandmothers, and the other way that it's been accelerating is the community has, you can see kind of like a sub-economy being formed, kind of marginalized, where the Latino Hispanic community really capture and work with each other very closely to help support one another in this community. And with the Hispanic community being the fastest growing segment here in the Valley, you can see everyone's gravitating to support one another, and you see these sub-economies happening. So, I mean, combined with that, combined with the spirit of the entrepreneur, those are two great ways. And of course, the population exploding in the Hispanic community and people moving to this beautiful state, you can see that rapid growth.
You know, we always say shop local, we hear support local, you know, there's Small Business Saturday, and there really is, I think, in Arizona, in the Valley in particular, just a lot of support for our local businesses. But why is small business so important to our economy?
Yeah, small businesses provide opportunities for entrepreneurs, jobs to your neighbors, right? And gathering places for communities. So Arizona small businesses, I believe it's right around 98% or so of small businesses in Arizona are small businesses. And half of those employees, about 45-50% of those employees work for small businesses. So you can see where the workforce is working at. You can see that these small businesses are growing, and what happens is they need to hire great talent, and more talent comes, which incurs higher wages. So you gain more money, and that money goes back into the local economy where they want to go support a local business, and so forth. I mean, it just trickles down into the business sector. And then it can lead up to the corporate partners as well. You know, they're going to want to hire talent, and it's just all in all a great. That's what Arizona is, right? It's a small business state. You combine that with the Hispanic population, and with that exploding, and the small businesses in Arizona are something to be very proud of, and it's just a way it's great for the community, as you mentioned, Kristen. It's a way of life.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, thank you so much for everything that the Hispanic Chamber is doing to help out small businesses in our community. And thank you so much for coming on, leading in the moment, and telling us all about it. We appreciate you.
You know, thank you very much. And yeah, thank you. Muchas gracias.